Hi there, I'm Danielle Forsgren, co-founder and chief marketing officer of AVACEN Medical, and today I have the pleasure to introduce our inventor and chairman of the board, Thomas G. Muehlbauer. Welcome.
Thank you.
So it's very exciting around here in AVACEN Medical, and we just came out with the Pro Plus device. How many years was it in development?
Approximately 4 years ago, I finished the final specifications for the device, and then on April 14th, 2019, I issued a purchase order to have the prototype developed. So yeah, that's 3 years ago.
So it's not so easy to do that. So tell us a little bit about that.
It's a revolutionary device compared to the AVACEN 100 device and the AVACEN Pro device that we started in 2013. And there's so many changes to it. Each one has its own set of challenges. Yeah, it's certainly not as easy as most people would think, as actually I thought, okay?
So the thing I love about you the most is that you are so optimistic. You always think it's going to take a year. So here we are 5 years later and a lot of sweat equity. So why don't you fill us in a little bit of this process of 5 years?
I guess the biggest is that we got rid of a lot of parts, and biggest being biggest. Okay, biggest it's a lot bigger than the previous device. So, now we can accommodate all of the athletes, the professional basketball players and football players over the years who've wanted to use the device but couldn't use it just because their hand wouldn't fit into it.
Right.
So now we accommodate a 99 percentile hand, which means that 99% of those hands in the United States will fit in the device versus 95%. And that 4% made such a big difference.
And also the thing I like about the Pro Plus is it's a digital touch screen.
Yeah, from an outward appearance, boy, that has given us so much opportunity to make changes we've wanted to do over the years and add features such as audio and video, getting rid of the push buttons that we had before, reducing the opportunities for failure of the device. So the device is much more robust because we have the digital color touch screen.
I think another really exciting thing is the pop-on, pop-off cuff. Can you explain that?
Well, just as it described as a pop-on, pop-off, before you used to have to change the whole almost half of the upper part of the device. Now you just have to change the cuff that goes around the wrist. And because it's a larger cuff, not only is it easier to install, pop-on, pop-off, but it will allow less pressure, less pounds per square inch against the wrist. So it's more comfortable and it's less likely to fail over time.
So if I'm hearing this right, it's easier accessibility, easier to put your hand in, easier to take your hand out, and if you have to change it, that's easy too.
Yeah, if you have to change it out.
So how many languages will this device eventually support?
Okay, well, we were stuck with, because of the older technology, we were stuck with 6 languages that we could support. Now, basically, we can support 160 different languages or more. Yeah, that's a great feature as we expand internationally with our device.
So with those languages, there'll be character languages, correct?
Yeah, that was very difficult on the digital display we previously had.
So, what is the difference between the Home XL and the Pro Plus?
Well, the difference is that with the Pro Plus device, you actually get a license to use our 17 patents for commercial purposes, which means you can use the device to charge for treatments, to collect rentals, to do a number of different things that allowed only if you license our patents. Yeah, one of the enhancements that we made, besides having a faster processor with more memory to handle videos and audio, was we went to a brushless motor. Now, a brushless motor, not to get technical, but it will last us 5 times the lifespan of the previous brush motor. And so it's also quieter, and that's a big advancement, actually. It took us a long time to get the brushless motor working, too, because the brushless motor uses digital signals versus electric analog signals to drive it. and make it work. So it's a more robust device.
For me, I think one of the most exciting things about it, other than that fabulous wave video that I get to experience, is the fact that I can do up to 60 minutes. How difficult was that?
Actually, that's probably the easiest thing that we had to do. Just setting the timer. It's got a real-time clock in there that we can monitor all of those things. But yeah, a lot of people, which is something that we learned as we went along, is we initially, in our clinical trials, we used 15 minutes and then 20 minutes, and then people started using it 30 minutes, and then people started using it 30 minutes on each hand. So we've expanded this to a 60-minute treatment, and it goes by pretty quick. So I think you're right. I think you're right. People really are happy with the ability to use it for 60 minutes.
So what's your favorite thing about the AVACEN Pro Plus?
Well, besides the name, I think just the fact that it's so easy to use. I mean, we had a one-button push machine, but this one, when you put your hand in it, you've got so much extra room in there, and the less pressure on your wrist that you can have room to move your wrist, and you're not going to cause a sealing issue. I think that's
one of them.
That's one of them. The other one is the touch screen, the videos and the audio, and the fact that it's color, and it just looks so up to date, so current.
So my last question to you, was it worth the 5-year wait?
Well, yeah. The final result is definitely worth the 5-year wait. The amount of cost in developing the device was about 5 times more than we originally budgeted, but it's totally worth it, totally worth it.
Thank you for explaining the Pro Plus to us.
Well, thank you, Danielle.
And I hope this will intrigue you a little bit more, and you will check it out at avacen.com.